Can you tell us why you're here today and what you're urging lawmakers to do about illegal gun trafficking in Mexico?
I pointed out to the Congressional panel that clearly we have a problem in this country, and that problem is causing problems in Mexico now. And we need to first be aware that this is a problem, and then also to be aware that we can do things about it, but right now we're not doing anything about it. I encourage them specifically to deal with issues like background checks on all sales, with restricting the military-style weapons and assault clips that are readily available to anyone in this country and oftentimes go to Mexico, and strengthening law enforcement, particularly giving them the right to fight trafficking in illegal guns. If we do these sort of things, we can make a difference in this country. If we don't do this, we're going to continue to see 30,000 people dying each year, 70 to 80,000 people being injured each year. That's a tragedy that doesn't have to happen.
What did you urge them to do in terms of new laws?
Well, specifically, I pointed out that we really don't have many laws on the books. If we could do background checks on all sales, if we could restrict access to assault clips and assault weapons, if we could give ATF the power to shut down corrupt gun dealers, to go after straw purchasers, restrict penalties, and actually have an anti-trafficking statute, then maybe we can do something to disrupt this violence.
And can you tell us how our gun laws have not kept up with the technology that gun manufacturers are using today?
One of the clearest examples is the 1968 Gun Control Act, one of the very few laws that we have on the books. It established a list of prohibited purchasers, but when that was written, after the Bobby Kennedy assassination, after the Martin Luther King assassination, the focus was on Saturday night specials. Long guns weren't something that really Congress was concerned with. Those were shotguns, those were hunting rifles. Now long guns are semi-automatic assault rifles. There are very few restrictions on these. You can buy them in bulk. No one reports it to the ATF. Those are the sort of things that we need to change in order to bring our laws up to date with the technology that's out there. One of the things I point out to people just to show how things have changed, if Sirhan, who killed Bobby Kennedy, or John Hinckley, who tried to assassinate President Reagan and injured Jim Brady, if they had had the same kind of weaponry that the Tucson shooter had, we would have had a lot more people killed in 1968. We would have had a lot of people killed in 1981. We would have seen a lot more damage. The technology of guns has gotten a lot more lethal. Our laws have not changed to keep up with it.
Finally, what can Americans do to support your testimony today?
We encourage Americans to get involved with the Brady Center to Prevent Gun Violence, the Brady Campaign to Prevent Gun Violence. Go to our webpage, bradycampaign.org. Find out how to get involved. We need the American people who support us to speak up, to let their elected representatives know, to demand change, to stop these tragedies, to stop these shootings.